Irish War affect the relationship between Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland? Ireland wasn't always two parts. It used to be one country, ruled as a whole by Great Britain. After the Irish War of Independence, everything changed. The Irish got their independence, but they wanted much more than that.
The conflict started when Ireland proclaimed that it no longer wanted to be ruled by England and wanted to become independent. Most of Ireland had lost faith in the British government long ago because of the disregard to the Great Famine from 1845 to 1847. The Irish felt like second-hand people, but no serious action was taken until 1916. Dublin, 1916. A group of rebels known as the IRB caused a huge riot and stormed most of Dublin. This was one of the main triggers of the Irish War of Independence. Another was the establishment of the IRA, the Irish Republican Army, and their revolts.
The Irish Republican Army, or the IRA, was founded in 1919 after the conflict between England and Ireland had escalated. They were a large group of rebels who planned riots, revolts, and attacks to help Ireland succeed in its fight for independence. Their main goal was to unify Ireland, but the IRA got much more violent than anyone had imagined, and by 1920, Ireland and England were in a full-scale war. The most violent act by the IRA is known as Bloody Sunday. On June 21, 1920, Michael Collins sent out a squad to assassinate an undercover group in Dublin. After the violence, 13 people, British and Irish, were dead, and the war was still being fought.
After months of war, riots, fires, and thousands of deaths, the British Prime Minister was given advice from his commanders to go all out or get out of Ireland. Finally, in October 1921, Collins was sent to London to negotiate a treaty, which was later signed after 3 months of contemplation by Arthur Griffiths and Collins himself. As he signed the treaty, Collins said, "I've just signed my death warrant." The treaty stated that England would get the 6 counties of Northern Ireland and the rest would become an independent republic known at the time as the Free State. A lot of people considered Collins's act as a betrayal to the Republican movement, and he was shot to death in August 1922. So, had the problem been solved? The treaty was supposed to have made peace, but it caused even more violence within Ireland.
The treaty between England and Ireland did make peace for Ireland, who plunged into a civil war a year after the treaty was signed. Southern Ireland, known today as the Republic of Ireland, wanted to be an independent country and was set aside after the split with England. Northern Ireland, on the other hand, was against the split and wanted to remain part of England, as well as the British Empire. Southern Ireland was made up of 26 counties, while Northern Ireland consisted of merely 6.
In 1922, the politics of Ireland were very unstable and voting had become a hassle. The IRA had split from the Sinn Féin, one of the leading political parties, and the Dáil Éireann had been split as well. Tensions were growing and both sides turned to violence to help them solve their problems. To them, violence was the only answer. The anti-treaty IRA fought against their former allies from 1922 to 1923 with the intention of making an all-Irish republic. The IRA lost the Civil War and Ireland was declared its own country, still in the British Empire. The IRA continued its attempts to overthrow the government. Their main focus was still to make Ireland a completely independent government. The IRA did not stop their attempts till the early 2000s when they finally agreed to lay down their weapons for good and just live with the fact that Northern Ireland was still a part of England.
As you can see, England and Ireland still have disagreements about certain things, but the consequence of Ireland wanting independence was that a country was divided as a whole. They may have fought together to achieve a common goal once, but they also turned on each other to achieve separate goals. The Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland still haven't completely resolved their conflict with each other. However, they look for permanent peace, as the Protestants and Catholics may still have issues with each other, but now things are in a much better state.
So, did the Anglo-Irish War affect the relationship between Northern Ireland and Ireland? Yes, it did, and it heavily affected the relationship and had dire consequences on Ireland. The conflict started as a political conflict between the way England's government was ruling Ireland and how Ireland really wanted to be treated. The Irish Civil War was a lot of different types of conflict.
The peace process continued with Ireland, and to this day things may not be 100% right, with still attacks from the Provisional IRA or Protestants and Catholics. However, within Northern Ireland, it has built a big section to bring peace amongst everyone. The Protestants were mainly known as the Loyalists, as they wanted to become full fully England and not be their own state, whereas the nationalists, mostly Catholics, wanted to be all of the Republic of Ireland. However, now both religions are at peace and aim for a brighter future. Some of these steps were the Good Friday Agreement, which was the most important step towards peace in Northern Ireland and Ireland, and another big move was when the Queen visited Ireland in 2011. This was the first visit to Ireland from an English monarch since 1911, and that was only when Ireland was part of Great Britain. Ireland and England are now a stable relationship with each other and are at general peace.
Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed.